Hey guys, my name is Brandon, aka the BrandoCritic. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I really do appreciate it. I was able to see Fall a little bit early, and I'm here to give you my honest, no BS, non-spoiler movie review for you right now and tell you if it's worth the watch. And remember guys, this is only my personal opinion, so if you guys have a different opinion or if you agree with me and you've seen the movie Fall, share your thoughts down in the comment section down below. I read every single comment. Let's get this video started. So, we have Fall from director Scott Mann, and you know him from such films as Heist, The Tournament, and Final Score. And the movie stars Grace Caroline Currey, Virginia Gardner, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And the story is that Becky and Hunter are two best friends, two amazing climbers, and they climb to the top of this 2,000-foot radio tower, but of course they get stranded up there, so of course the question is, how do they get down? Alive, of course. So is this movie worth the watch? I am very shocked to be saying this, but honestly, I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna give the movie a thumbs up. Now, when I saw the trailer for this movie, and I was looking at all the movies that were coming out in August, and I saw this trailer, I said, no way. There's no way I'm watching that. But the way that the weeks turned out, and my manager was like, well, please, let's watch this movie. I was able to get it. And I'm like, okay, let's watch Fall. I'm gonna be able to rip into it for sure. But you know what, though? The movie exceeded my expectations, and I actually did really enjoy it. Now, I mean, this movie does have problems, right? This movie, I wouldn't even consider it to be a solid, good movie. However, I've said this in countless other videos, and I've said it to many people in my own personal life. The essence of film, to me, is trying to get an emotional response from the audience. And this movie really warranted a lot of emotion and physical reactions from me. Moments of fear, adrenaline, a lot of moments of, oh my god, like a lot of close calls, and I was actually jumping out of my seat. If a film can actually do that, then there's something right going on here. So that's the main reason to watch this movie. It's tense. There are a lot of great tense moments that, you know what, if you are afraid of heights, watch this movie. Honestly, I think that if you are somebody who does not like looking down when you're on top of a skyscraper or looking over, a cruise ship or something like where you just look down and you see how far you are from the ground or the water or whatever the case may be, watch Fall. I think that it will give you such a rush of adrenaline, and it's a good way for you to face your fears, which is kind of a theme of this movie. But one key element of that tension is asking yourself, how will they get down? And I didn't know the answer. I'm like, how in the world are these characters gonna get down if they're gonna make it down? Again, if is another big one. If you just know that the character is gonna overcome the obstacle, defeat the villain, get the girl in the end, like if you know it's gonna happen and there's gonna be really no challenge to it, then there isn't really a struggle for our main characters to get through, and the movie can get kind of boring. And now I'm not comparing this movie to The Avengers, right? The Avengers is a much better movie than this, but I've said this as an example. That's why I never really found Loki a great villain, because he was bested in Thor, and yet he's trying to be intimidating in the Avengers movie, and I was always thinking to myself, the Avengers can easily defeat him. Now in this movie, it's not a villain they're trying to defeat, it's just, survival. But I'm asking myself in this movie, how are they going to survive this? And are they going to survive this? There were many moments in this movie where I thought, that's it, like this is gonna be a sad ending movie. Now I'm not gonna spoil the ending for you, so sorry about that. But having those questions adds intrigue. And that means that you're not bored. When you're actually intrigued by what's happening on screen, that's the opposite of boredom, and that's definitely a good sign. And they're able to draw it out pretty well because there's many close calls, because you're like, oh, maybe this would work. They try it, and it's like, oh, so close. Okay, maybe they try this, and oh, so close. And you're like, ooh, just on the edge of your seat. And it's a great way to keep you invested throughout the entire movie. And I also got to give props to the actors, right? Like if you just hate these characters or hate these actors, or they're giving really bad performances, and there's only two people in the entire movie, basically, you're in a bad spot. But I'll be honest, these two actors really did a really fantastic job. There were actually some emotional moments where I'm like, you know what? Good job, guys. Now, there are some problems with this movie, right? This movie is an hour and 45 minutes that really did not need to be an hour and 45 minutes. And there are definitely plot elements in this movie that just felt like they were in there to kind of extend the runtime as opposed to really develop the characters. For example, they throw in some drama between the two girls, and it's about something that happened off screen at a completely different time of the story. And it's like, you can just tell that they're really trying to draw out the movie. So it's like, okay, well, how about we bring up this? This is gonna cause a rift between them. And of course, they can't get away from each other. They're stuck up there, so they have to talk about it. And it really doesn't add much to the story. It just tries to add some unnecessary drama that I don't think we really need. Getting down from a 2,000-foot radio tower, I think is all the drama that we actually need in this movie. We don't really need that super deep character moment where this big dramatic reveal happens up there. I felt like it was very forced. Now I get it, the reason why these characters are doing this is to try to get over the death of somebody who died during a climbing accident, but even then, we didn't really know this person. Like, we just see it in the beginning. I guess it's a minor spoiler, but that is basically the incident that really starts off the movie. It's like, okay, well, let's do this to kind of get over this person, and then we can dispose of his ashes up there, kind of like this really big, meaningful gesture. But again, we didn't really know this person, and it was just a tiny moment in the beginning of the movie, so that really did feel kind of like an empty platitude. And you know what? There are many of those in this movie as well. Oh, life is short, you gotta live it to the fullest, or if you're afraid of dying, then don't be afraid of living, which, I mean, are good platitudes and they're good life lessons, but you know, it didn't really feel that warranted in this movie. It felt more like walking into someone's mom's house and seeing a quote on the wall, kind of like those like live, laugh, love things. It doesn't really feel like it has any weight to it. I mean, they're good messages, but I don't know, they felt very Hallmarky. So you can definitely tell that there's some moments in this movie that really try to extend the runtime to make this feel like more of a serious movie, but I feel like, you know, two characters who we mildly like and have good chemistry together are stuck in this really terrible situation. They have to survive, they have to try to use their wits and their smarts to get out of. I think that's enough, and that's where the movie really shines. When they try to do extra, I think that's where it really bogs the movie down. So for an overall rating, I'm gonna give this movie a 3 out of 5. Now, I don't think this movie is fantastic by any means. I don't think I'm gonna be ever watching it again, but I do think that for a small movie, you know, on a cheap Tuesday, especially when it's super hot outside, and I'm sorry if I'm sweating, guys, I feel like I'm just drenched because it's just a really hot day. You know what? Going into a theater and watching Fall might be actually a pretty good choice, especially if you have a fear of heights. So those are my thoughts on Fall. Let me know yours down in the comment section down below. Again, I read every single comment, and again, guys, this is all just my own personal opinion. But if you like this video and you want to see more videos just like it, then definitely hit like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.